guys, welcome back, and in this video it's a review of my Honda CBR125 Repsol edition. In this video I'm going to be telling you all about it, the history of this bike and just what it's like to ride. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get on with the video. So I've had this bike for about a month now and I'm absolutely enjoying it. It is currently done about 22,500 miles. Just check the mileage now. It's done 22,429 miles, and now when I got it, it did about 22,367, so it's done around 50 miles since I've got it. And this bike was 1,600 quid. This bike, when I bought it, cost £1,650. These bikes in particular are getting rarer and rarer by the day, and when I'm looking on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, I can't seem to find any around my area because they're getting so rare. Especially this one. This is a very rare edition from 2012, and this was the first year they started doing the Honda Repsol CBR125, and it stopped in about 2017. But I kind of prefer this older version of this Repsol. When I bought this bike, it needed a lot doing. For example, you know, the fork seals, the new tyre, a U indicators, a full service, and as well as a fresh MOT. Because obviously the last MOT expired in October 2020, so it had a fresh one. So I've got another year until my next one. The only advisory I had with this bike was that the front brakes, front and the rear brakes, are binding all the time, which when I press the brakes they tend to squeal, so I need to get that sorted out at some point before the next MOT, which is in a year's time. Also, one thing I am a bit wary of is that when I look at the engine here, there's a little bit of a leak coming from there. Bit of a leak as I try and zoom in. Bit of a puddle there. Bit of a puddle there, which I'm a bit concerned about. I'll try and get that checked out at some point. It's not massive, but I want to get that sorted out. So yeah, when I did get the bike wasn't in the best of conditions, but still I enjoy riding it, and that's the main thing about it. When I was first looking for this bike, I saw it on eBay on an advert, which was advertised on eBay. It cost around £1,599, and obviously because of the delivery, obviously because of the MOT, you need a fresh MOT, that cost 50 quid on top of that, so it cost £1,650. £1,650. So looking around the bike, it's fairly standard. Obviously when I got it, there was only one right wing mirror, which wasn't standard at all. I've got it in the garage somewhere and it just didn't look right. Obviously it had an indicator on it. These are obviously the ones I bought. These are the original aftermarket ones, which I found on eBay, and they look absolutely amazing. I also got a U indicator as well. I'm going to be fitting another indicator on that one, but obviously the wiring, I don't really want to fiddle with the wiring, so I don't want to like affect anything. But everything works all around absolutely fine, so that's all good. And obviously when I got onto the bike, notice that something's not really standard. Obviously this heat gripper thing when I'm holding onto the handlebars, you know, will warm the handlebars up when I'm riding in the cold weather, which is okay, but obviously I don't think I'll need that. Also, I've noticed when I put the ignition on, notice that the time is completely wrong, so obviously I've got to go to mode or something like that, try and find one of these buttons here to try and change the time. I think you can do it at some point. I can't quite do it, but I think you can do it at some point. Yeah, I'll try and do that at some point. And obviously there's my nice Honda Honda motorbike keyring, which looks quite nice. I'll get a Repsol keyring as well. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Also, one thing that you probably not will have noticed is that when I look at the panning, I want it to look quite nice, but obviously you can see a few scuff marks right there. And one thing I don't really like is just that bit there, bit of cracking there. But I can easily get a new panel, which costs around £200 maybe, brand new. I could do that, I don't have to, but obviously if you look further back you wouldn't notice if there is any damage on the bike, but obviously there is. But I suppose it's not really about what it looks, it's about how it handles. But I absolutely love this bike. I've always wanted one for the past 2 years, and I've finally got one. Also, not to mention the brand new indicator, right indicator, which also will be fitted to my motorbike. Obviously this one here looks a bit flimsy in that, and this one here, the brand new one, it's tight as a nut. So that'll be fitted at some point once, you know, I manage the wiring and try and do it myself. But that'll be sorted at some point. Moving on to the back of the motorbike, obviously this exhaust looks absolutely amazing. I'll start it up for you right now. That's more like it! So, should you buy a CBR125 Repsol edition? Well, yes, because, you know, if you want something that's practical and reliable and something that'll help you pass your CBT, then I suggest that this bike is for you, because it's practical. If it's in your budget of £1,600 like what I got, then I suggest that this bike is for you. Not to mention, it's got a few scuffs. I know it's had a lot of work done to it, but if you get something that's just as better as this, then you're on your way to getting a nice bike. So let's talk about insurance on this bike. Well, if you're a learner like me, who is just past the CVT, you're mostly looking around maybe just under £100. This in particular, I have to pay around £99, which you think it's a lot, but for a learner it's actually not that much when you think about it. Consider that I've just started out, and hopefully eventually, once I've been riding for the past few years, it will go down to half the amount I'm paying now, so it's well worth doing it. If you enjoyed this video, I suggest that you like, comment, subscribe, and if it was crap, let me know in the comments. If it was amazing, just let me know. Just obviously I want to gain the subscribers, as I'm still only on 283 subscribers. I'm not seeing any gain at the moment, so I really hope that, you know, you subscribe and give me a lot of support out there, because, you know, I want to get to 1,000. So yeah, hope you have a productive day, and I'll see you in the next video.